Are you concerned about a looming recession?
Yes, sure. There seems to be a lot of speculation about it at this point. I mean, we've already seen like enormous price increases for pretty much everything related to the cost of living. So looming seems almost a little bit too late. Like if we're not in it now, then I'm not sure how much worse it can get, really. But
I'm concerned if there is one. I am hopeful that it's a short-term peak that is because of what's happened through the pandemic and I'm hopeful that we can use some tools to get us out of it really quickly, and then we don't have to worry about it.
We've already gone through a couple of years of hard time, and this is not going to end right now. And so then we add a recession on top of it. It's just going to make it worse. So we've got another year anyway of hard times. Should be concerned.
I'm not, because I don't like to worry about stuff like that. I think that everything always works out somehow. I mean, I know that there might be tough times ahead, but I'm not too worried. It'll get figured out.
Yeah, I guess I'm concerned, but it's something that we're going to have to address and just suck it up until we can get through it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it, and prices go up for everything. So it is worrisome, especially for us young people trying to buy houses soon and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's happening everywhere. So I listen to all of that is going on across the world. So everything that I'm listening to is there is one. I still see people spending. I do work in a boutique, so I still see people spending. The government workers still have employment, but in general, from day to day, where people like my neighbors are saying, absolutely, you choose one piece over another. I can have this, but I can't have that now. So it has changed, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're in for a nosedive. I'm optimistic, though. I think over the long run, my biggest concern is people that can't buy houses, affordable housing, and food. I think overall that's going to be a major problem unless we get a handle on it and be responding to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious we're heading in that direction, with the higher interest rates. It's in my industry, we're already seeing a downturn in work and projects, and it's going to affect us. But if the recession succeeds in calming, the costs of things down, then I'm all for it. It won't hurt if it goes on for a little while.
Personally, I think it needs to happen because inflation is just so much right now, especially for a lot of the majority of people. And it would be nice to see something happen to slow the process down, especially if you're looking to maybe build something. If For me personally, we're hoping to build a garage, so a little bit of a recession might be better for us and in that situation, so we're not overpaying for something that would be outrageous right now. But that's just my own personal opinion.
I am not concerned about a looming recession, mainly because I own my home and property. I have enough property to sustain my life in the middle of nowhere where I live. So if the rest of the country goes under, I'll still be fine.
I would say no, I'm not concerned. And if we will fall into a recession, I think it's going to be soft and I think it's going to be short. I think that there's too many companies out there that are worth a lot of money and that's not going to change because of recession. So I'm not worried, but we are fortunate that we don't have to worry. In a nice way, I mean that.
I am, because of the fact that we've been going through cycles in the past of growth and recession, and people kind of got used to that. But over the last 10 years, we haven't been in a recession. There's been talk about it, but we haven't actually made it that far. And every time they've talked about it, people go, "It's not happening there. It's not happening here." And they've been spending an awful lot of money. If we do hit a recession, it is going to hurt people because they have more debt and they have less savings to counter it.
Mainly, we're going to be pulled down by the U.S. because they're our biggest trading partners, and also the rest of our trading partners in Europe.
Yes and no. I'm a retired senior, so quite frankly, it's not going to impact my job or anything. But for all of those people who are working, and stand to lose their jobs, it's a huge, huge problem.